Hello and welcome back to another video. I'm so excited for this one because we're going to be really decking out the halls, decking out our mantle for Christmas. So I have a few things here that we're going to be playing around with. I have a basket of all of the flowers that I dried from this past gardening season and actually the gardening season before. Things like some straw flower, amaranth, roses, even some onion, little bit of onion. Those look kind of fun, almost like little fireworks, very pretty. Nepeta, hyssops are really, really beautiful, Russian sage. So we have lots of different things to sort of think about. Celosia could be really pretty. I have this basket of greens that we foraged the other day when we got our Christmas tree. So we got our Christmas tree. We haven't put the little bows up on it yet, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we leave it as is? It might on video look less bulky and substantial than it does in person. In person, it just looks very full. It fills this out beautifully and I'm so happy with it. It smells so good too. So I'm excited to add more of this in. So I think we're gonna add some of this on here, but I had a very exciting idea. I saw somebody, I can't remember who it was now, put sort of a tree coming up and it looked so whimsical and beautiful and like very woodland. And because we live in a woodland and my whole kind of aesthetic is whimsy, I thought that would be really, really fun. So Bert went out and gathered a few birch branches from our property. We have so many river birches here, this beautiful white with striking bark, peely. So he got a few of those for me and a few other options, right? Did you get two? He hasn't shown me them all yet. He just showed me one and I was like, I love it. Let's start. So I think we're gonna take a look at those and kind of decide, because it would be nice to almost make it look like there's a tree growing up here. And even though we're gonna have birch with the evergreens, which don't really, it's not the way the birch leaves look. It's still gonna be really whimsical and beautiful, I hope. But that's kind of the idea. Woodland, whimsy. We even have this cute little mushroom that we can play around with. But we're gonna start by clearing off everything on our mantelpiece, which won't take very long, giving it a little wipe down, and then we will begin to, make some decisions. So these are actually quite cute. These are some Thai chilies from this year, and they actually look like little Christmas lights, like old school, like Christmas lights, individual Christmas lights. They're quite cute. They're very small. Maybe we can play around with those in some way. But for now, we'll just move those out of the way. But these books as well, isn't that a pretty little candle holder? But these books are really great for Christmas decorations because they're this beautiful, rich red color. And I think those really gorgeous jeweled tones are great for this time of year. But also we have, Christmas Carol, some Khalil Gibran books. But yeah, so pretty, the gold and the red. And I think, isn't that a pretty copy of A Christmas Carol? Beautiful. Which we like to read Christmas. So I don't think it works with this painting, but I actually think that's kind of a cool shape that it's creating. I think that could look really, really cool. Maybe even if we replace this painting with a wreath or something. Okay, so we've decided a few things. So we have this beautiful birch branch that Bert found on the property, and when he found it, it had all of these beautiful branches, but then when he cut it down from the tree, because it had broken off of the tree, but when he cut it down, it started to kind of, all those beautiful branches fell off. So what we've decided to do, I think, because I want it to kind of come cascading over the fireplace in a really beautiful way, then I think instead when we deck out the kitchen for Christmas, we're just gonna put this up almost like a beam hanging, and we're going to hang some of our dried flowers and plants from that. I like hanging eucalyptus from little white ribbons at Christmas. I think it looks really, really pretty and very clean for the kitchen. So I think that's what we're gonna do instead, is just make this go all along the kind of entry to the kitchen. But what we've decided instead is that I'm gonna take this large tree branch, probably about 8 or 9 feet. We're gonna tuck it inside of this basket that we're filled with rocks. That's really heavy. And then we're just gonna have this kind of go up like that. Took down our painting from Paris. I thought we would leave that up just because it has so many rich red colors that are great for this time of year. But I think instead this is just gonna be all greenery. So we're gonna pop this in here and then find a way of laying it nicely here, and then we'll fill it in with evergreens. Okay, so it's hitting the ceiling, which I really like, and then it's coming out like this, and then we have the rocks there. So I think now I'm just trying to decide if I want to add more evergreens going up or if I want that mostly to be there. It looks super cool as it is. And then when the fire is lit, that's gonna look beautiful. So I'm just wondering, I think it needs more. Yeah, I'm gonna do more. These are kind of perfect for a wreath though. Look how bright that color is, isn't that beautiful? I think that's kind of perfect for our wreath making. So I'm gonna hold off on that. I'm gonna use the more spindly ones, I think. Like these that are a little looser. I think I'll use these ones. Pair those two. Okay, so I think it's looking pretty good. Or I was just saying it sort of looks like we have a second tree here, which I think is really cool. I really like how dramatic it is. I really want it to feel like when you open the door, you're like, whoa, did I just step into like a woodland? Outside of the woodland, into the woodland. But yeah, I think it's it's a good framework that we have. So essentially we had that one bare branch, large branch, 9-foot branch, that kind of came over the fireplace like that. And then I've just been coming in and wrapping twine and things like that to secure different pieces of these spruce sprigs and branches. And I think it looks really, really cool. I think I would like to, I really want to add some kind of ribbon in there. So I'm going to find maybe some ribbon, but I'm gonna start coming in now with some other pieces. I wanted to show you this very special gift from nature. So this is a beautiful bird's nest that fell out of a tree. No birds or anything or eggs or anything were in it when it fell out. We just found this in the woodland, and I was like, earlier in the year, and I thought this would be perfect to add to some kind of little display. There was another bird's nest that we had that was a trial nest that some of our birds had created out of moss and things, but they didn't end up using that. They ended up making one right next door and using that one instead. But anyway, after that one was all done, it had fallen off of the porch, and so I used that in a different wreath, our autumn wreath. I thought that looked so pretty, and I used little tiny stones in there to look like little bird's eggs, so that was really pretty. I think what I might do here is put this in like right on the side maybe. It's very wide actually, and I can't tell, maybe it'll just end up looking like, it might just look a little bit like a mat.
Pile of sticks.
Does it just look like a pile of sticks, or does it look like a bird's nest?
I think it looks like a bird's nest, but
maybe we could just tuck it in the tree then.
Yeah, make it part of the...
And then put some little eggs in here.
Oh, that's cool.
That looks good? Okay. Yeah, maybe something like that. And then we'll just put something really light in there. Yeah, my other thought was that we would paint it, maybe spray paint. We have some gold spray paint it gold and put it on the tree, but I don't know about that. And I think we can add like this little mushroom in here. And then we're gonna start to add some pine cones. Yeah, I think now it's just kind of about adding some things, because I think the main structure is definitely there. Yeah, I think it looks nice. And we basically attached everything to the wall. So everything, there are little hooks in the wall, and so we've attached all of these, and then I tried to hide any of the areas where we tied it together with twine. I think it looks really cool. It's definitely a statement. I think it's nice. Okay, so I found all of this beautiful ribbon, and I think particularly this burgundy velvet ribbon. Can you see that? Very pretty. And then this forest green ribbon. Those might be really pretty, or this might get lost. So maybe something around these colors. Like a sage green, burgundy, and then a forest green. I think those three colors are gonna look really pretty up there. Okay, so I think the burgundy is the winner. Then I have this kind of glittery, sparkly, kind of taupey beige one, silvery one. And then I have this ivory one. I think the ivory might be really pretty. The green, the forest green just kind of faded away, and then this one didn't really go. So yeah, I think these are gonna be nice. I think the white ribbon is throwing me. Beautiful girl, huh? Ooh. So we're all done. I think it looks so whimsical and festive. And it's just the whole space just has filled with this very, it just feels like Yule. Feels like Yule from the days of yore. It's just so whimsical in Woodland. I love it. And Georgie matches almost perfectly with her ivory coat and then her burgundy dress. She's a little dress turtleneck that has some tartan. Yeah, I think that the colors ended up doing really well. So we have these burgundy velvet ribbons kind of strewn throughout. And I like how they look like a little bit wild and wavy. I think it looks really nice. And I added amaranth because the amaranth has such a, ooh, that one's kind of coming out. The amaranth just has that kind of movement to it when it's all dried. It just has this really beautiful movement. So I think the amaranth goes really well with those ribbons. I added a few, you know, like this is more of a kind of a burlap ribbon. And obviously when we have, you know, when we have the candles going and stuff like that, we're gonna be right here. We're not using our fireplace this year, we're just using candles in there. So we're just gonna be really mindful whenever we're using it, because obviously this is not the best case scenario when we have things lit underneath it. But yeah, all of these are just so pretty. We have the little bells. I think those add a nice little sparkle. And we were able to find battery operated lights that we had. I think we got them from the dollar store for a couple bucks. Same with some of these bells. Just like, yeah, $1.25. We have some deep mauve berry clusters. And then lots of other little dried elements, like this is some dried baby's breath. Then we have tons of pine cones. Some of them have been painted to look like they have some snow on them. And yeah, then this really beautiful ribbon. This one is sort of like a sagey green, and I ended up going with that and using one of the deep green, even though I wasn't going to initially, but I actually think it looks nice to have this spread throughout. I tried some chunkier white ribbon, but I thought that looked too harsh. The softer beiges and kind of creams and ivories, and then these are transparent. They are pretty sheer. So that one's, they sit nicer with it, I feel. But yeah, I love this little basket with the stones in it. I think the basket looks really sweet. Having it come out of there just looks lovely. And then we ended up using the books here, the Khalil Gibran books, and then this is a Longfellow book of poems. And I think those look really nice. And I would probably use our Charles Dickens book somewhere else because it ended up making it too tall to have everything we wanted on here. But yeah, like more pine cones and little berry clusters and the mushrooms. We ended up doing mostly this soft kind of muted red instead of, here I'll show you, this candle holder. I think the candle holder itself is quite nice. I usually have the candle holder here with usually an ivory candle in it, and I have two of those, so those sort of either flank the fireplace or stacked on either side. But this red I think is too harsh, too warm of a red next to the burgundy. So I think we're gonna swap those out. Maybe we'll try and get some burgundy candles for those, because I think those are really nice. Here we have a couple of stockings. This one my mom made, so this is really special to me, and she just knitted my name into it, and a little angel. I don't think it's because she thought I was an angel. I think that was just the pattern she liked. But yeah, I love that. It means a lot to me. And then I knitted this one for Bert. So this was not as impressive as what my mom did. It's super wonky. I didn't follow a pattern or anything like that, which is why it looks so weird. But it's like a perfect match for the ribbons. It's like the exact same color. So that's pretty neat. We have hooks on the other side where we usually hang these, but we'll just have to put these over the little match holder for now, and maybe we can take that off or sort that out. Yeah, I love it so much. We just ended up hiding the twine that we used to connect everything and keep it safely like secured to the wall with other little like bundles of greenery that we foraged. So this tree, aside from, you know, little berry clusters, the lights and the bells, is all 100% foraged, and the ribbons obviously, but everything else, you know, the tree branches, all of the evergreen foliage, all of the dried flowers, the pine cones, everything else is foraged. So that's pretty neat. I feel really good about that. So we have our foraged Christmas tree and we have our foraged mantelpiece. I'm really happy about it. I'm feeling so good. I just can't wait to start cooking all of the festive food, laying a really beautiful festive table. It's such a glorious time of year. We've been listening to tons of Christmas music, which I've had to turn off whenever we record my voice, but yeah, I'm really happy with it. Let me know how you're decorating your mantelpiece. Let me know how your December is going so far, and I will see you again very soon. Like this video if you like the mantle. Subscribe if you're not already. I'll probably see you again very soon because we are trying to upload every weekday leading up until Christmas.